The GEEK Files, 2026, February 4th, Burnaby. Leaf Rapids and Lynn Lake, or as they're affectionately known, Grief Rapids and Grim Lake. Both underground hard rock mining communities. Lynn Lake came first. It was at the railhead. Lynn Lake came second, and there's, I think, 30 miles of pavement between them. And then the 250 miles of gravel from Leaf to Thompson. I'm not sure when Leaf Rapids was built, but it's a company town. And the company hired probably a 60s or 70s urban planner when, and they're going to build this model community where you have a town center and then concentric semicircles around it, where it's with interconnecting paths. So it's, 10 minutes, 15-minute walk at most to get from anywhere in the community to downtown. And the downtown's a mall, so it's got your grocery store, a small clothing store, the community center, the hotel and bar, all that. What they forgot is that it's minus 20 or colder for like 5 months of the year. Nobody is walking at that time. So, it might won't take you 5 minutes to walk, but it takes you half an hour to drive. And it was just foolish. Typical that sort of era of urban planning where you don't take into consideration the people's needs or the environment. You just have this pie in the sky thing that if we do this, people will then do that, and people are people and they don't. There was no housing provided. Housing, because it's a company town, trying to attract families for long-term stay, in a mine that's going to play out. I wound up living with the butcher for the grocery store. What else about Leaf? R&D Aviation, again, was centered around fishing, both the inland fisheries and flying fishing for rich U.S. clients, as well as servicing the two main reserves of Puckadowagan and I can't remember the other reserve. Churchill is on the Churchill River. Yeah. Again, isolated. Some people had satellite TV. Nothing to do but, work, drink, fight, and make babies. It was a thing. I didn't have a car for some reason, vehicle, so I was relying on rides to and from the float dock, which was outside of town. So yeah, it fun. Yeah, I guess that's about all to say. A great party town. So in the summer, the two towns would alternate weekends for house parties. So like 1 week of, if it was in Leaf this week, then you drive to Lynn the next week and back and forth. And they had it pretty dialed in. Whoever had the house party, they took all the furniture from the basement and put it up on the first floor. You weren't allowed there. They put plastic sheeting on the floor and up, about a foot up the wall. So if you spilled anything, they didn't have anything to clean up. They could clean it up easy. And when you walked in, you got tickets. If you walked in with a 6-pack of beer, you got 6 tickets, and you gave your beer to these people. They wrote your name on it on the box with felt. And if you wanted beer, you had to go up to the table and give one of your 6 tickets. Or if it's a 26, you got 24 tickets, etc. And that way, no one got their booze ripped off. So there's no fighting over booze. If you ran out of tickets, you ran out of whatever you brought, and you had to like go bug other people for their tickets. You took your shoes off at the door. That also helped people not spill stuff on the floor, because then you're walking around in either bare feet or socks. However, not always did you get your own shoes back at the end of the night. So yeah, it was pretty cool. They really had that dialed in. Lots of Newfs, lots of people from Quebec, because it's another hard rock. I mean, Newfies and hard rock mining just go together. Yeah. So, Leaf Rapids. Making appropriate decisions. You don't make any money, but you get good stories.